Hello, I just really wanted to talk to you about the three most important and equal buckets of veterinary medicine that most hospitals tend to not get right. So let me be very clear. If we fail any one of these buckets, then the hospital underperforms. So there are three buckets and they are all equal. The first one is operations. That's where practice managers, business owners, hospital administrators, and even those heroes of the hospital, client service representatives, they live in the operations bucket. This is a very important bucket that makes sure we have all the tools and things that we need to be successful, but also it helps to drive customer service. How our clients perceive us as a hospital lives in operations. So we want operations to be financially stable, but also making sure for a good, solid customer experience. The second bucket is medical. Yes, that's where doctors live. Doctors live in that bucket. We really want to make sure that the medicine is top notch. We want to make sure our diagnoses are right, our surgeries are awesome. We're really crushing it with making sure that we do the right prescriptions for the right patient. We have great doctors, and this is really important in the medical bucket. And then the third bucket, absolutely, is the nursing care bucket. Who lives in nursing care? Ooh, that would be people like myself, veterinary technicians. So veterinary technicians, veterinary assistants, veterinary nurses, we all live in the nursing care bucket. And these three buckets have to be equal because I have seen hospitals where we have a really amazing medical staff and nursing is suffering, but so is operations. And therefore, yes, we might be able to have great diagnoses, but unfortunately the level of care in our veterinary patients is subpar. On the flip side of that, I've been part of many great nursing care teams. So in the nursing bucket, doing awesome, doing great, medicine's failing. We've got a bunch of green doctors. They don't know how to diagnose anything. They're scared to do surgeries. They're doing wrong diagnoses. Clients are upset with them. It's a struggle. And then lastly, we can have great medical and great nursing, but if operations is falling below the bar, well, that means we're running out of supplies, our clients are really cranky, our front desk is suffering, and unfortunately, we might not be financially stable. All three of these buckets have to be equal. If one's overflowing or one's not filled enough, then we're going to struggle in our hospitals. It's important to recognize that not one bucket is more important than the other. The minute we put doctors above all else, we fail our hospitals. The minute we say, but that's the highest grossing surgeon, they're the most important person in this hospital, then that's to the detriment of operations and nursing. If all of a sudden we say, hey, but wait, that veterinary technician has been here 20 years. We have to bend, we have to flex, we have to do things. Yeah, they're cranky. Yeah, they're underperforming. But you know what? They've been amazing. Well, if we only put them up on a pedestal and we go ahead and pull everybody down below that bar, then we're not doing very well. We have to remember that veterinary medicine is a team sport. If somebody's not performing well on the field, well, then we have to figure out how to help them. How do we get that person or that team to be as good as everybody else? We all have to strive to be on that equal playing field. We can't have members sitting out on the bench. We can't do that. We can't say, oh, you're less than, or you're not as important as. That's very uncool. Veterinary medicine isn't a solo sport. I know a lot of you went into vet med thinking and hoping, if only I can treat animals by myself and not have to work in a team. You got to work in a team. And it's important that we recognize that veterinary medicine does have these three equal buckets. Here's the thing. This isn't rocket science. This is how actually human medicine is run. It's about time veterinary medicine wakes up and realizes that all three of these buckets need to be on the same field at the same time, playing at the equal same level. Otherwise, you fail as a hospital. You fail as a corporation. You fail as a business model because you actually forgot about some of your players. You said, you don't matter, we don't need you, or you're not as important. Resources and education and everything has to be divided out equally amongst these three groups. It's so important. So I want you to think about your own business model and those three buckets and how do they play into your own hospital. And if you realize one's weighted more than the other, we got to right size that, right? That's super important. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all that you do. Make sure you take care of your three buckets because those three buckets, they're going to be what makes you successful. Thank you for everything and keep on being a unicorn.